Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelsey, and over here on Learn LOA, I like to talk about manifestation, law of attraction, self development, and so much more. So today I really wanted to, and don't mind me, I'm literally in my car. Sometimes I just like to, as you can see, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I just like to come out here in nature and, change up the scenery a little bit. So today I wanted to talk about something very near and dear to my heart, and that is going to be the three ways that meditation changed my life. So, I'm sure everyone has heard of meditation or knows what it is, but for those of you who don't, I'm just going to give like a brief description. Meditation is basically sitting in a quiet space. You close your eyes and you focus on your breathing for a certain amount of time. And not all meditation is sitting down with your legs crossed in a quiet room with, you know, Hertz music playing. Sometimes it's playing the guitar, it's going for a run, it's cooking, it's doing something that you physically enjoy that takes you out of your brain, basically. Takes you out of your monkey mind, is what they call it. And if you see any random, this is a mic that I got, so I'm trying to hold it to where it's not distracting, but to where you can hear me. So I started doing meditation, I want to say back in either 2017 or 2018, and I did it very consistently for I'm going to guess and say about 8 or 9 months. And that was before I got pregnant with my daughter. Once I got pregnant with my daughter, I'll be completely honest with you guys, I kind of stopped doing it. Just, life got in the way. I'm a mom of two now, so it's kind of hard for me to find 10 minutes of alone time, let alone go to the bathroom by myself. But that's neither here nor there. So, whenever I started doing meditation, I want to say after about 4 months, I started to physically feel a difference where I noticed that my mind was more clear. I could sit for the entire 10 minutes and not have a single thought pop into my head, which in the beginning, it's completely normal to sit down because I've always told people to try meditating and they're like, oh, I just can't. I can't turn my brain off. That's the point. Like, that happens to everyone. That's why it's called a monkey mind. You're constantly thinking, we're like, when I first started meditating, I'd be sitting there and I mean, it would be like 1,000 thoughts a minute. But after a while, after you train your brain and get used to it, it becomes so quiet. Like I said, I could sit there for the full 10 minutes and not have a single thought pop into my head. Another thing I noticed was my moods were more stable. Like, if something were to upset me or, make me mad, I was able to redirect my attention to like the present moment. Or if I'll be the first to admit, if I wanted to say, like a snarky remark, or I wanted to say something that wasn't really warranted, I would even catch myself and be like, is that even worth it? Like, mm, let's just redirect our attention to something else. And then I would feel better. Or if I had like a negative thought pop into my head, it was so much easier for me to turn my attention on something else and just completely forget that I even had that thought, or even it never even made me upset. I noticed that I was a waitress before this. So when I was at work, I just felt more bubbly. I wanted to talk to everyone. Even when I was cut and I could go home, I was still in the back talking to the cooks or the bussers, and I just felt so much more present. And I remember I am in the back of the kitchen at the restaurant that I worked at the time, and I was talking to one of the bussers in the dish pit, which is just basically where you put all of the, dirty dishes. And in that moment, I felt so present that I could hear all of the sounds in the back, like the silverware scraping together, the sizzling of the grill, people talking, cups being stacked together. And it was just like a very, almost caught me off guard because it was like I was there. I was in the moment. I wasn't thinking about anything else. And I could just hear everything for what it was. It's a very hard thing to describe. But if I had to recommend you to do anything, please try meditation, even if it's for a week. Just give it 7 days where you can start off at 5 minutes, but I personally like to do 10 minutes. And again, when you first start, it is kind of difficult to sit there for 10 minutes because you're like, I'm bored. Like, what are we having for dinner? Or my leg itches. Or just, you just have a bunch of random thoughts come into your head. So keep an open mind, give it a try. I'm telling you that it is one of the best things I ever did. And I'll be the first to admit, like I said, I'm a mom of two right now. So I've been trying to get back on my meditation journey, but half the time I have to do it once my kids are both asleep and I end up falling asleep, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but try to do it to where you're not going to fall asleep. Do it sitting up because if you do it laying down, the chances of you falling asleep are a lot higher. I've even been considering doing guided meditations on here because, like I said, meditation has been something that's always been in my life, and it genuinely, if you do it consistently, that is the key. If you are consistent with this, I'm telling you, it will change your life. It will change your mindset. It will just change the way that you view the world. And it's one of the one things that I recommend everyone should do. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. Your support means the absolute world to me, and I'll see you in the next video.